Wait till people get in here and then we'll go ahead and get started. What's good? Thank you for joining the ML Family Channel Live. How are you? How are you? Make sure you drop a comment. Let me know who else here. Wait for some more people to get in and then we'll get started. Got any questions while we wait? Oh, all right. Just get. Hello, how are you? Go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know who's here. Hi, Judy. How are you? Just waiting on a few more people to get in here and we can get started. Because I've been doing all the research that I can for the stimulus and I want everybody to be able to get in on the information. I don't want to have to keep going through repeating stuff, but if I have to, I will. I mean, I'm glad to have you, Judy. Thank you so much for joining. Also, if you have not yet, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I normally don't do stimulus, but lately I've been doing stimulus. I picked it up because I've noticed that a lot of the news stations and media and stuff ain't getting the information out there. So I decided to take it upon myself to make sure that I can help the American people by putting the stimulus information out there, because I want everybody to know the updated information and what's going on, because I don't like the way we're being treated by the government, period. And I am not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I do not vote party. I vote policy. Some people ask me, how is that possible for you to do that if you don't vote party? And that's just the way it works with me. I don't beat around the bush for nothing. I'm 100% real, and I want people to know the information that's needed to be known, that they're withholding from us, which is not right. We should not be sitting here suffering every day because of the simple fact they don't want to get their crap together, pull up their big boy britches, and somebody just go ahead and be the bigger person and say, you know what, look, enough's enough. Let's just pass a bill. Let's get it done so the American people can get the help. Because stringing us along and trying to blackmail us for us to go out, oh, you come and vote for me, and then after you vote on November 3rd, and if we get to keep our seat, I'll go ahead and, help you out. That's blackmail, and that's illegal. Mary don't play that. That's why I do what I do. That's why I go through and do all the information that needs to be got. I don't like that we're being strung along, that we're being told that we need to wait, that we're being told, oh, it's coming soon, there's a deal, it'll be done, it'll be here, and it's every day the same thing. Every night we're being told there's a deal, but then the next day it's the same thing. Where's the deal? We shouldn't have to wait no longer. I'm tired of waiting. It's not right to us. It's not fair to us. It's wrong that we have to sit back and deal with all of the hesitation from the government and knowing what they're doing. They're only doing this. They're laying out, each side is laying out a bill. Okay. And being that bill is being laid out, then you got the con on the other hand. You got the pro and you got the con. The pro is the bills. The con is that oh, we did this. At least we put something out there, even though the other side rejected it and vice versa. It's not right. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay that we have to sit back and hope that we get help. Hope that we don't get sick. Hope that we can pay our bills the next month, whenever the bills are due. I don't think that's right. As like with me right now, I'm 100% real, and I ain't got no problem telling people this. My light bill is so high right now. The state that I live in, it's problematic when it comes to power bills. And they got this out there where my bill is so high that they said, look, we'll help you with your bill. Okay. They still have not paid it. They still have not made that help. Thank you for joining. Go ahead and drop where you're from and who you are if you're okay with that. My bill is high. They told me that they were going to help me, and oh well, President Trump did this, da 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 da, to from the CARES Act to put money in to help the American people with their power bill and their rent and stuff. Okay, I get that, but it hasn't been paid. So now my bill is quadruple than what it normally is. My bill's normally $80. Now it's almost $700. That's a lot of money. And I can't afford that. I'm a disabled mother of two. And it's really hard knowing that when you're trying to make sure that your family's taken care of, the only thing that you get is smart but half-handed comments from people out of the government that is not willing to help. You're only doing it for politics. And again, like I've said in videos that I have posted, coronavirus should not be political. The help should not be political. And them fighting and arguing over who they're going to help, how much it's going to be, as Nancy Pelosi puts it, the language of the bill. It ain't got nothing to do with no language. It's all about the money bar. With her fancy hairdos, her fancy dinners, her fancy car, her possibly $500,000 home with a 15-foot wall and guards. And I don't know that for a fact, but it's all over the articles that she's got this big old house. She's got guards, a big wall. And that's not okay. They are playing us. That's exactly what they're doing. Go ahead and share this live so we can get some more people in here. If y'all would, please. Make sure you don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Give me a big thumbs up. This is my first live on YouTube, and I am so grateful. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers so that I can get more people joined in with me so they can see all the content that I do, because I sing, I write music, I pull pranks, harmless little pranks, nothing that's gonna hurt anybody. I do real talk like I'm doing right now with like the stimulus and stuff. I do like role playing stuff as well. I do a lot of different stuff. So go ahead and share this live and make sure you subscribe and make sure you give me a big thumbs up. But it's like when you got families, okay, the rent moratorium expired May 31st, right? So with that being said, they didn't put another one in place until September 1st. So what about that big group of people that lost their homes? The big group of people that were placed outside, that are homeless, having to share homes with other people, having to sleep on people's couches. What about those people? Those people weren't taken care of. What about hazard pay? Them people are frontline workers. They're out there working, busting their butts every day. And you can't give them a little bit more money? My sister works for a place where I'm not sure if they're doing hazard pay, but I know that my niece just got her hours cut. She works at the same place. And it's hard when you know that you're sitting there struggling and then you're now told, look, we ain't giving you that many hours. You're not going to be working that many hours today. That's just, it's ridiculous. It's not okay. It frustrates me to the core because I know that people are sitting here hurting. That's why I'm taking time out of my day, taking time out of my family time to get to people and get this information to everybody so that they can know what's going on. I'm sorry, I keep looking down. I'm researching as I'm talking. Um, um, hold on just a second. I'm sorry. But I was looking at an article. Um, I was looking at an article. Let me see if I find it again. I can reread it. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to. I went and got a flu shot like a week or two ago, and I'm still trying to get over and get my voice back. Good thing I tested negative for COVID-19. All right. All right. So here is the update of the stimulus. It is an article from The Hill. Trump economic advisors, Senate Republicans will go along with White House stimulus proposal despite their pushback. President Trump's economic advisor, Larry Kudlow, said Sunday that Senate Republicans will go along with the $1.8 trillion White House stimulus proposal despite their vocal pushback. Kudlow told CNN State of the Union that the White House expects support from Republicans in the upper chamber. A source told The Hill on Saturday that several senators expressed significant concerns about the proposed cost and call with an administration official, which I don't see why it's a problem with the 1.8 trillion compared to the 2.2 trillion, which makes absolutely no sense because it's just a number. Nancy Pelosi's language, which we all can reiterate as money, of course. Now, it says the White House economic advisor said on Sunday he does not think the coronavirus stimulus bill is dead. Republicans in the Senate put up their own bill a few weeks ago and got 53 votes. I think it was so they united, he said. I think if an agreement can be reached, they will go along with it. Kudlow also criticized Democrats, including Speaker Nancy Pelosi, for intransigence over funding unemployment assistance, small business loans, and stimulus checks in individual bills or an overall bill. Now, I don't see what the problem is. And it irritates me that they think that everything that they're doing is okay, but if we don't vote, they don't want to give us anything. I think we deserve something before then, and I've said it in many of my videos that I feel like we should get a stimulus package. That what is included in the stimulus package, what should be included is $2,000 a month, adult, married couple or individual, doesn't matter. Each out of the married couple, 2,000 apiece instead of the 1,200. Individual 2,000, children 2,000, adult dependents 2,000, and it retroactive all the way back to when this crap started, when the president decided he wanted to hide it. That's just how I feel. Again, not Republican, not Democrat. Don't vote party. I vote policy. So. Well, I'm not talking about your Democratic friend, CNN host Jake Tapper pushback. I'm talking about 20 Republican senators who were mad at Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin and saying that the proposal of 1.8 trillion was way too much. I don't think 1.8 trillion is too much, like I don't think 2.2 trillion is too much. But Nancy Pelosi wanted, and this was her words, she wanted $250 billion, right, for unemployment or for what was it, PPP loans or the school, one of those. She wanted $250 billion for it. Donald Trump offered her $300 billion, and she said no. Both sides are doing ridiculous mess that is not called for. And I think that it's unfair to us, being that we have to sit and wait, and that we have to sit back and worry about our family, our kids going to get fed, are our kids going to be sent to school safely, are they going to social distance, are they going to do this, this, that, and the third. All we can do is sit and wait. We have no choice but to sit back and wait. But I know we are not. I know the American people are not going to take this mess about the blackmailing. I know that for a fact. Because anybody that would have the goal to ask somebody, vote for me, and then I'll give you something, and then somebody turn around and go out and vote and expect them to give you something, sorry to tell you, it ain't going to happen. It is not going to happen. It's more so that they feel like that we should bend and get down on bended knee for them. And I don't think that's right. All right. The White House economic advisor noted the president would go beyond the cost of current proposal to fund assistance for unemployed people, small business loans, and stimulus checks. I think if we can get this thing settled on the Democratic side, we will get it settled on the Republican side. There will still be further efforts of negotiation, perhaps today, but certainly this coming week. They're still negotiating. And I like the fact that they're still negotiating, but I think it's ridiculous that they're still negotiating. I think a stimulus package should have been done like yesterday, like last year. When this started in December, President Trump knew that it was coming in December. He knew in December, and people say, no, he only knew in January. No. Because if you go back and do like I did and research this mess of COVID-19, the SARS is what they're calling it. If you go back and research it, you'll see that the COVID-19 was here back in December or coming here. Now, the truth behind that is that China, and this is just my opinion, because how else would it gotten here from China if it didn't happen this way? They created something. They wanted something that was silent, unseeable, something that was invisible to the naked eye, but not to the body. They wanted something that was like their bomb, but they didn't want the explosion to be loud. They didn't want it to be heard. So COVID-19 was their quiet bomb. With that being said, they created something, they injected people, and they sent the people all across the world, all across the globe, to transmit it, like lab rats. And these people were stupid enough to do it. That's just my opinion now. That's just my opinion. I've been looking deep, trying to find stuff on it to understand the concept of why somebody would want to put something so deadly and dangerous out. Now, Barack Obama, however, did warn 5 years ago. He warned, or was it 5 years ago? Yeah, 5 years ago, he warned all the American people of what was to come. And if you go back and Google Barack Obama making a statement about an infectious disease, I guarantee you'll see the video. Pull it up and look at it. It tells you exactly what it is. And it's ridiculous. The Democrats are holding this thing up. Now, a tweet went out from the State of the Union. White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow says he doesn't think the stimulus deal is dead, despite President Trump's $1.8 trillion proposal facing opposition from the Senate. And the GOP, I think if an agreement can be reached, they will go along with it. Fair to say that I think they would, because they're tired of being hassled about it. And I feel like Nancy Pelosi just needs to go ahead and fold on it, stop beating around the bush with it. Give us the money. Like people that are on unemployment, I found out through my research, have lost over $4,000 because of her. $4,000 because of Nancy Pelosi. Why? Because she did not want to put out a proposal or a bill, if you will, that wasn't at her standards. I don't think that's okay. She's sitting there watching the American people suffer, the Republicans watching the American people suffer. She had Democrats from her own party when she said, oh, we're all in sync. They all come out and embarrassed her by saying, no, we're actually not in sync. What we are is out of touch. Now you got Republicans over here laughing at the Democrats because they don't know they know what's going on. Nancy Pelosi wants to walk around acting like she doesn't know what's going on when she in fact does. So with that being said again, she is holding back the package for her language. Again, her money. Cuomo also told CNN that he doesn't think the economic recovery in the U.S. is dependent on a stimulus bill. Now, when Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve Chairman, come out and stated that pouring more money and a lot of it into the economy would hurt less than doing nothing. That's when Donald Trump went on his tweet flip or tweet tantrum and talking about stopping the stimulus talks, which I knew for a fact from when I seen that tweet that he wasn't stopping the stimulus talks just to be a hater. He was stopping the stimulus talks because they weren't getting nowhere. They were not in good faith, like he said. None of those stimulus talks was getting anybody anywhere, and they still haven't because we're still sitting here today waiting. It is 9:55 p.m. where I'm at, and it's October 11th, 2020, and yet here we sit, no stimulus in our bank accounts, no stimulus on debit cards, no stimulus in the mail. Am I wrong? Drop a comment and let me know what you think. And here's the timeline. If they can hurry up and pass this bill, here's the timeline of when we would get a stimulus check. If they can get a bill and the Senate comes back on the 19th, 3 days it takes. The process is three people, or the process is three things: House, Senate, President. Now, if they can get a bill done on October 19th, it will go to the Senate or the House. And then on the 20th, it will go to the Senate or the House, which I'm assuming it'll go to the House first, then the Senate, and then it will go to the President and get signed. So the 19th, the House, the 20th, the Senate, the 21st, the President. We will have checks in our bank account by November 9th. That's how quick they can get it done. That week or so in between is for the time for them to be able to get the checks processed, which, remember, President Trump did say, if you heard, President Trump did say that he's already had Steven Mnuchin. He already ordered him to get checks processed and started. They just haven't been sent out yet. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not there. I can only speak on what he said. I mean, President Trump walks back a lot of his stuff. He does things and then he fixes it. And then he goes and does something else and then he tries to fix it. All I know is that we need ourselves to get on social media. And if you guys want to, go and find me. If you look in my description, you will find my Twitter there. Join me on Twitter because I also have, I've subscribed to a man named LA Late. I subscribed to his channel, and he started a group of Purple Power. And I went on Twitter and I started following him. So if you guys would, please go to my description. Find me on Twitter. It's Mary7887. Go on there and find me. Join me, link up with me, and I'm trying to get everybody's voices heard and get all this pushed out so that the government can get this done because, I'm tired of sitting back waiting. I have contacted my governor, my senator, the mayor, the representatives, administrators. I've contacted everybody that I could think of. I wrote to Nancy Pelosi. I wrote to, and this is within emails, Messenger on Facebook. This is on Twitter, phone calls, text messages. I've been doing all of that because we, the American people, deserve what is owed to us. And if you think about it, the money that they're over here trying to withhold from giving us out of stimulus is our money anyway. It's our tax-paying money that's going back to the government, which if they give it to us, we can go ahead and spend it and it can go right back in there. So they won't have to worry about a deficit. But they don't listen. They don't look at it like that. The Republicans look at it like, well, if we go ahead and we spend trillions of dollars, then we're going to get a higher deficit within the United States. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell has already stated, and I think I wrote this down. I'm sure I did. Jerome Powell stated that it's unsustainable right now. That's the way the economy is right now. It was like that before the coronavirus, and it's like this after the coronavirus. Now, well after, when it goes away, nobody knows. So it's neither here nor there with them. And it's so annoying that we have to sit back and in hopes that we can get other people to practically do our bidding. And it's not right. It is not right whatsoever. I'm sorry, I'm still here. I'm just sharing my life so I can get it to more people. Help, and they won't do it. They feel like we're sitting here on pins and needles trying to get people to that this is not a joke. It's unfair that we're having to sit here and go through this every day, wondering, are we going to get the help? Are they going to pass the bill? What are they going to do? And it's unfair to us that we have to do this. I'm tired of being played. And just like you said, Judy, that's exactly what it is. I'm tired of being played. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm tired of being played. It's unfair that we're being played by the American government. This is not okay. Sorry, my laptop's freezing. I apologize. I'm trying to get... But it's... I don't know. I think it's so unfair to us. It's just a disaster within itself. It's a disaster that we have to sit here and hope and pray every day that we get the help. And I know the good Lord's going to help us. I know He will. He always does. It's already been spoke that where 2 or 3 join together, it shall be done. And I believe that. Hey, Judy, are you still here? I feel like we're lost in all of this. And it's unfair that we have to sit and wait every day. I'm so sick and tired of repeating the same thing. I'm so tired of having to just sit back and wait and to watch my kids need things and can't do it because there's nothing to do it with. Now, Kudlow's remarks come after the White House proposed $1.8 trillion coronavirus relief package, a higher amount than the $1.6 trillion offered last week and rejected by Pelosi and the Democrats. Several Senate Republicans blasted the proposal in a call with White House officials, with Senator Marsha Blackburn labeling it a death knell for the GOP ahead of the elections, which I don't know why that was thrown out there like that, why that was even said, a death knell. That absolutely is ludicrous. That to me is ludicrous, and I don't know why that was even spoke of like that. That's crazy. A death knell? You're over here talking about a death knell. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Ain't got nothing to do with the stimulus package. American people need help, and you're over here talking about a death. Here's another updated article. Hold on just a moment. And that noise in the background is my husband and my daughter. I am trying to share this right now. Just give me just a second. Just a moment. All right. I'm waiting for this to load up. Now, sorry, I'm back. America's newest wave of COVID-19 cases explained. This is from Vox. It's an updated article. I swear this makes me so upset. COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations are up across the country. More deaths are likely to follow. A new wave of COVID-19 cases is building across the United States, a harbinger of difficult winter months ahead. America is now averaging nearly 48,000 new confirmed cases every day, the highest number since mid-August. According to COVID Tracking Project, more than 34,500 Americans are currently hospitalized with COVID-19 in the U.S., up from less than 30,000 a week ago. Nearly 700 new deaths are being reported on average every day, too. And while that is down from August when there were often more than 1,000 deaths a day, deaths are going to eventually start increasing if cases and hospitalizations continue to rise. It's a pattern we've seen before. Absolutely. I mean, absolutely, it is. It is a big pattern that we've been seeing every day, nonstop. The U.S. already has more than 7.7 million confirmed cases and 214,000 deaths. Both numbers will continue to climb. 8 months into the pandemic, America's failures to contain COVID-19 and states' eagerness to reopen, even if they haven't gotten their outbreaks under control, is once again leading to a surge in cases and hospitalizations. COVID-19 cases are rising everywhere across the country. Earlier in the year, there was limited value to discussing waves because some states would have a decline in cases while other states were experiencing surges. What distinguishes this autumn wave is that it seems to be happening everywhere. Case numbers are up in Northwest and the Northeast and the Midwest and the West. The South appears to be at best plateauing at a level even higher than that which the Northeast endured during the worst of New York's outbreak. Now, the South is up 19,338 cases. That's just in the South. If you had the stimulus bill done, we would not be sitting here right now having this discussion if they'd have just had the bill done. Why? Because testing, tracing, and treatment, like Nancy Pelosi said. Now, see, like I said before, not Democrat, not Republican, don't vote party, I vote policy. Now, some of the things on each side I agree with. Testing, tracing, treatment. Those three things should have been done within the CARES Act. And then you got HEROES Act, and then you got HEROES Act 2.0. Then you got whatever the Republicans want to call their little screw up of a bill that had no stimulus checks in it whatsoever, which fired me all the way up to know that stimulus checks was not included. And I find it hard to believe that you would even put a stimulus bill out that has no speak of stimulus checks, which obviously proves my point that Republicans do not want to help. But now Larry Kudlow wants to come out and say, yeah, I spoke with Secretary of Treasury Stephen Mnuchin, and he can get them on board and I can get them on board and we can get this bill done and we'll have the Republicans follow. Why are we having to have a discussion of if you are or if you aren't with the Republicans? This is stupid. I understand that the bill has to go through Senate. I understand that the majority of the Senate is Republican. I understand that majority of the House is Democrat. What I don't get is you see us, and I hope somebody that is from the government, such as the White House or somebody, is watching everybody's comments about the stimulus check. I hope that they're on Facebook looking at the comments about the stimulus check, because I think it's ridiculous that we're having to sit out here and deal with everyday life with no money, with no help. But you get to go home to your fancy house, your fancy dinners, and your fancy little sports car, what have you, your fancy little dogs, and your 15-foot wall secured by guards. While the American people have to live in housing or sleeping on other people's couches because they got evicted, and they didn't do another rent moratorium until September 1st, which Donald Trump executive ordered to begin and went in effect September 1st and goes out December 31st. Stupid. But I will say this. Larry Kudlow come out and stated that they are now trying to reuse. They want Congress's permission and vote on legislation to allow the White House to use the Paycheck Protection Program PPP loan money that was not touched. They want to reuse that money to send to the American people. And Nancy Pelosi, I'm not doing no standalone bills unless it's included with a bigger bill. Makes no sense to me. All right, I found another article. Okay. It is from ABC 7 News. Here is another article. I will read a little bit of it. Stimulus talks Republican Democrats give White House COVID-19 aid offer bad reviews. A new White House coronavirus aid offer got bad reviews from both ends of the political spectrum on Saturday. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi rejected the most generous Trump administration plan to date as one step forward and two steps back. Now, I said this in my videos. If you haven't watched them, and this is what my own opinion on what she means by one step forward and two steps back. One step forward, that he offered 1.8 trillion. That is one step from the 1.7 trillion that was offered. Step up. Two steps back. Two steps back, however, what I think she means by two steps back. Hold on just a moment. What I mean by two steps back is when she has a 2.2 trillion offer, 1.8 is two steps away from 2.2, but 4 steps away. Well, 2 steps from 2 trillion. 1.8 trillion is 2 steps from 2 trillion. 4 steps from 2.2 trillion. There's no win-win with her. I don't think. Either they're going to give her the 2.2 or she ain't doing nothing. And I'm sick of her not doing nothing, because her putting stuff in the bill, and I read the bill to its entirety, $1,200 individual, $2,400 married couple, $500 dependent, each dependent, whether it be child or adult. Great news, though. That was just reported tonight. Stephen Mnuchin went up $500. $1,200 adult, $2,400 married couple, $1,000 each dependent, whether it be a child or adult. It is no longer $500, it is $1,000 each dependent, because people's done got it out there. They don't think it's right. People who were dependents that were over 17 or over 16, the first stimulus, didn't get a check. So people was out there complaining, I didn't get a check, and you guys are now want to offer us just $500. And you know what? I agree with them. It's wrong. Why are you going to offer somebody $500? What can $500 do? Buy a week worth of groceries, maybe, with the way everything is now. Groceries gone up, gas gone up, hygiene products, clothing, bath accessories, stuff such of that nature has went up. So now he is offering, again, $1,200 adult, $2,400 married couple, $1,000 for child and adult, regardless, each dependent. Okay. The Republicans who control the Senate dismissed it as too expensive, political loser for conservatives. Pelosi said she is still hopeful that progress can be made toward a deal, but it's as clear as ever that GOP conservatives don't want a deal on her terms. The White House had boasted its offer before Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin. Pelosi spoke on Friday afternoon. President Donald Trump is eager for an agreement before Election Day, even as his most powerful GOP ally in the Senate said Congress is unlikely to deliver relief by then. Which I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to assume that that strongest ally is Senator Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell, you are holding us back. Speaker Nancy Pelosi, you are holding us back. You two are full of crap. We are not going to give you a seat in November if we do not get help. If you honestly think that somebody is going to vote for you and somebody's going to let you keep your seat and then you call out trying to give us help, no, sir. That's blackmail. You cannot blackmail the American people into electing you for your seat and then you help us. No, bro. Sorry. Sorry for you. COVID relief negotiations are moving along. Go big, Trump said Friday in a tweet. The new offer totals about $1.8 trillion. Aides familiar with it said, with a key state and local. Oh, it was state and local. That's what it was. It was a state and local that Nancy Pelosi wanted $200 billion for, and Donald Trump offered $300 billion, and she said no. So that goes to show you it ain't about the language, it's about the money. It goes to show you that it's not only about the language, it's not only about the money, but it's about politics. It's about she wants to keep unraveling deal after deal after deal and offer after offer until they give her what she wants, and she's still going to say no. Want to know why? Because she doesn't want to do anything until Joe Biden is voted in. When does the inauguration happen? January 20th. She doesn't want to do anything until January 20th. You don't want to help the American people until January 20th? Are you kidding me? That's not going to work. Sorry, I have to clean my glasses. That's not going to work for us American people. It's not going to work. You cannot expect everybody to give you a seat. That's like telling the American people, go play in a bed of ants, and whoever gets bit or stung the most will get a stimulus check. The famous words of Forrest Gump, stupid is as stupid does. I'm not stupid. The American people ain't stupid. This is educated ignorance, playing with our lives. Please share this live. Please share this live so other people can get in here and see it. Please drop your name and let me know who's here. Please. Other people need to hear this, and I want other people to know what is happening. I'm 100% real. I'm not going to hide behind anything. I'm not going to hide behind anybody. I'm going to say what needs to be said because it needs to be said, and if ain't nobody else going to say it, I will. People need to know this. Drop your name in the comments and let me know who's here. Or if you don't want to drop your name, drop what state you're in. All right. The new offer totals about $1.8 trillion. Aides familiar with it said, with a key state and local fiscal relief component moving from $250 billion to at least $300 billion. The White House says its most recent offer before that was about $1.6 trillion. The aides were not authorized to publicly discuss private negotiation and spoke on condition of anonymity. Pelosi's most recent public offer was about $2.2 trillion, though that included a business tax increase that the Republicans won't go for. The Republicans made it clear they're not going to do anything that's got to do. They're not going to vote on it. They're not going to sign it. They ain't even going to look at it if it includes anything about a business tax increase. And the Republicans also want something in the bill that is for, what was it that he said? The Republicans wanted something in the bill. Oh, this bothers me. You want something in the bill that If somebody purposely gets sick with COVID-19 at work or at school or at any place of business that you work at, you can't sue them. If somebody purposely gets, say, a manager has got COVID-19, tested positive, doesn't say anything to anybody, but walks around the building sneezing and coughing, passes it along, you can't sue them. That's what the Republicans and Mitch McConnell want to put into the bill. You can't sue somebody that purposely gets you sick, but if you test positive, you got to go home and you got to deal with it. This is ridiculous. I can't wrap my mind around this. This is ridiculous. Please drop a comment. Please share the live. I'm going to share the live again. Please don't leave. Let me know who's here with me. I'm bothered to sit and suffer. All right. I feel like there's so much that people are not getting. Some say, well, I feel like you're not being, they say to the government, I feel like you're not being truthful, you're not being real, because they're not. They're just playing with us. Judy Hopper said it best. You said it. You said it. You said it. There's no other way around that. You said that right. Like, you literally said that right. They are doing nothing but playing us. And I think it's unfair that we got to sit around and be played because somebody doesn't feel the need to treat the American people the way they should, which again it's an insult to us. It's unfair, it's an insult, and it makes them look bad. And to be honest, I don't think they care if they look bad. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't think any of them care about looking bad. I think that they're happy with the way everything's going. I think they're happy with the way everything is being said and done about the way it is. Like, it's unfair that we can't go and be where everybody else is at and being treated with respect, as far as knowing that there's so many things that are within this that's not helping us. And I think it's rude. I think it's disrespectful. I think that we deserve better. I feel like we deserve better. And it's unfair that we're not getting the respect that we deserve. Oh my goodness, come on. I'm sorry, just a moment. Oh my gosh. It won't let me log in. I don't know what's going on. Somebody must have, I don't know. Anyway, people feel like that it's okay that we sit back and we wait for them and wait for other people, and it's not fair. I mean, it's unfair that we got to look at it like, oh look, we are losing. We are losing. We're in a losing battle. I mean, it's not fair that we have to. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much for joining. You guys, please share this live so that we can get more people in here, please. I think that a lot of things with the stimulus check is that people feel like, I apologize, my son just woke up. My husband's getting them. Anyway, drop your name, drop a comment. Let me know who's here. Thank you all so much for joining. As far as the stimulus check again, I'll go ahead and repeat this again. Make sure that you give this a big thumbs up, this video a big thumbs up. Make sure that you like it and you subscribe, please. Drop a comment and let me know who's here. And make sure you share. Um, the new what was it? Stephen Mnuchin. Stephen Mnuchin raised the amount of the dependent. It is no longer 500. It is 1,200 adult, 24 married couple, and 1,000 for dependents, regardless child or adult. Then you got the PPP loans. Right now, they're trying to take the unused funds from the PPP loans and reuse it, repurpose it so that it can be sent out. Now, I don't know as of yet because I've done a lot of research, but I still cannot find it. They are trying to use the money, but they're not telling us what they're trying to use the money for. And I feel like there's a hidden agenda behind that because when it was first brought up, they said they had 200 billion. Then they said they had 300 billion of unused funds. Then they said now that there's 250 more funds that are out there that are not being used, that are unused, that need to be repurposed. But when it was first brought up, again, it was 200 billion. And guess who came running wanting that money? Went straight to the president himself. The airlines went straight to the Republicans themselves. They went over there. The airlines begged and begged for the money. They did not get the money, but Nancy Pelosi did come out sometime last week or the beginning of this week saying, oh, well, don't furlough anybody. Don't fire anybody. Keep everybody you got. Just halt. Stop. Wait. Don't. Sounded like Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory. No. Don't. Stop. Wait. That's what I hear when I hear Nancy Pelosi talk. It's so irritating that this woman knows that the American people need the money and they can't, and they want them to do nothing. Yes, you're still negotiating, but you shouldn't still be negotiating. You should have had a deal. It should have been done. We should not be having to sit here and hope that somebody's going to help the American people. Like I keep saying, it's wrong and it's stupid. Hold on just a moment. In this article, it says that he has got he has done three he has got the latest information. Wait a minute, this is not okay. In a letter Saturday to colleagues, Pelosi said the proposal amounted to one step forward and two steps back. When the president talks about wanting a bigger relief package, his proposal appears to mean that he wants more money at his discretion to grant or withhold. Now, I don't know what that means, but I don't know. She said that while his administration attempted to address some of the Democratic concerns, this agreement remained on many priorities, and Democrats are awaiting language on several provisions. I'm getting so sick of hearing that word. What do you mean? Like, for real, what do you mean? What do you mean when you keep saying language? What I take from it on what you mean is more money. Money, money, money. You want a pot bill. You want a Broadway bill. You want airlines. So the thing about it is when you have somebody coming out saying, I want a pot bill, another one coming out with Broadway, another one with airlines. Thing about it is before I end this live, I have to say this. Nancy Pelosi wants pot. Chuck Schumer wants Broadway. Everybody wants airlines. But what about the American people? See, you want to do a pot bill, people can't afford to smoke that pot. You want to do Broadway, but people can't afford tickets to go see Broadway because there's no stimulus check. You want to do airlines, but people cannot afford, if you do not send stimulus money, how's people going to afford to buy a ticket to board that flight? That's what's irritating me. I can't stand ignorance. Again, it's educated ignorance. I can't stand it. It's the worst thing ever to have somebody look at you and say, well, if you vote for me, that we'll give you a stimulus check. I'm not going to vote for you to keep no seat and then wait for you to give me money. No. Again, it is illegal to blackmail somebody. And that's what the government is trying to do. They're trying to blackmail us. If you vote for us and give us a seat, we'll give you stimulus. How about you give us stimulus and we might think about voting giving you a seat? How about that? I'll wait. And that's my comedic side coming out. I can't stand dumb. Not me. I can't stand dumb. Dumb is dumb, regardless. Like, I look at. Please go ahead and drop a comment. Tell me what you think about the pot bill, and the Broadway bill, and the airline bill. See, she said she don't want no standalone bill. I don't want no standalone bills unless it's part of a bigger bill. Really? You don't want no standalone bill unless it's part of a bigger bill? Is that what you're telling us? But you'll do a standalone pot bill, a standalone Broadway bill, a standalone airline bill, but you won't do a standalone stimulus. President tweeted out, get the deal done for a standalone $1,200 stimulus, direct payment, and I'll sign it. I'm ready now. I'm waiting. That was his tweet. That's educated ignorance. I just know that I'm trying for everybody. I'm telling you, honest to God, from the bottom of my heart, I'm trying for everybody. I'm trying to get us the help that we need. And I feel like there's so much there that we can't keep sitting back and waiting. We can't. I'm sorry. I'm looking at this and I'm like, it don't make sense because the way Nancy Pelosi says, despite I'm still doing research as I'm on my live now because I don't only do research and then do videos. I do research in the middle of it. Despite these unaddressed concerns, I remain hopeful that yesterday's developments will move us closer to an agreement on a relief package that addresses the health and economic crisis facing America's families, Pelosi's letter said. Mnuchin's latest offer also got a roasting from GOP senators who weighed in on a conference call Saturday morning, according to a Republican familiar with the call who is not authorized to discuss the call publicly and spoke on condition of anonymity. Many conservatives are skeptical of such deficit financed aid in the first place, and Pelosi sought provisions such as expanding eligibility for the Affordable Care Act landed with a thud. See, they're more worried about trying to cut out the Affordable Care Act. You're so much worried about a Supreme Court justice. I could give two craps. Honestly, I could give two rats butts about a Supreme Court nominee. It's oh my God, the ignorance. You want the American people to sit back and wait while you vote in somebody for the Supreme Court. You want the American people to sit back and wait for you to play games with their lives before you give a stimulus, and then you want us to wait until after the election? No seat, no bueno. But I think that they'll get a stimulus bill done. I honestly do. I hope they do. And I feel like they will. I pray that they do. And hopefully I have faith in God. If he brings you to it, he'll bring you to it. That's what I've always been told. Where two or three gather, it shall be done. One door closes, another one opens. And the door don't close on the first stimulus. another door is open for a second. So let's just continue to pray and hope that they can get us the help that we need. I love y'all. God bless you. Thank you to all my supporters and subscribers. If you haven't subscribed and you're new, please go ahead and hit that like. Give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And turn on the post notifications so you're notified every time I post a video. Drop a comment, regardless if it's a question, comment, or an opinion. I'll respond back. Drop it below. Thank you, Judy Hooper from Chicago, for joining my live. God bless y'all. Stay safe. Make sure you social distance. Wash your hands. Wear a mask and sanitize. And until the next one.